Okay, so your midpoint approximation was about 91, trapezoidal approximation about 93. And we expect that the trapezoidal approximation, well, the function, the exponential function you're dealing with is concave up, and that's very easy to see. It follows that the trapezoidal area is going to, well, the trapezoids are going to be a bit above the curve, so your trapezoidal approximation is going to be high, whereas the midpoint approximation is going to be a bit low. Okay? Not quite as easy to see why the midpoint approximation is a bit low, but it is. Okay? And we might talk about that. So, by the fact that the graph is concave up, midpoint is less than actual, is less than trapezoidal. Okay? Understanding why the midpoint is less than the actual is a little harder than seeing the obvious thing that the trapezoidal is going to be bigger than the actual. But it is, and we might talk about that depending on what we can do here. Okay? Well, then you might expect that if you average the midpoint in the trapezoid approximations, you'll be closer to the actual than you were from either. Okay? And that's usually the case. There might be counterexamples. The average would be about 92, so your best guess based on just these two, if you didn't know a little more, would be that that the actual would be pretty close to 92. You'd be right, but you can get much closer. In order to get much closer, you do what this says. You do weighted 2-to-1 averages. Now, apparently you haven't dealt with weighted averages a whole lot, so it's a very simple concept, and it's pretty much what I said before. You weighted 2-to-1 both ways. So, your weighted average giving the midpoint double the weight is 91 plus 91 plus 92 over 3. We take the midpoint twice, the trapezoidal once. You know, if you average 3 numbers, it gives you 3 numbers. If you average 3 numbers, you add them and divide by 3. So your 3 numbers will be the midpoint twice, the trapezoidal once, and that's 93, not 92. And then the other calculation, you would do a weighted average giving the trapezoidal double weight. So you should be able to do that easily now. Use your numbers because, of course, these numbers are just rounded up numbers. You have your results to a much greater degree of precision.
So then, do you take